does too. I think he does too. Ready? All right, folks. Are we turned on? All right, folks. It is Tuesday, May 6, 2025. City Council Chambers. This is the official City Council meeting. I'll ask the clerk to call the roll, please.
Councilman Haycraft.
Here.
Mayor Pro Tem Dobson.
Here.
Councilman Cohen.
Here.
Councilman Phillips.
Here.
Councilman Fleetwood.
Here.
Councilman Munger.
Here.
Mayor Lauderman.
Here. There being a quorum present, I'll call the meeting to order. If I could get Councilman Munger to do the invocation, please.
Lord, we just come before you, and we come here with thanksgiving, Lord. We thank you for those that have served in the past, those that have served now, and those that will be serving. Lord, we thank you for what you have done and continue to do in this city, and may you continue to guide us in wisdom and give us your strength to do what needs to be done. We thank you. It's in Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, I need a motion to approve the agenda tonight, please.
So moved. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Need approval of minutes for the regularly scheduled council meeting on April 1st, April 15th, and the closed session meetings on March 18th and March 25th.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? I need approval of payroll and claims, second half, April 2025.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? For myself, for second reading, Mark Twain Home Board, Steve Virel, appointment for a term to expire November 2032. Dr. David Jackson, an appointment for a term to expire November 2032. And Sherry Steinman, appointment for a term to expire November 2032.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. Listen.
Mayor and Council, in accordance with provision section 1701 of the city charter, we held a municipal election for the purpose of electing a mayor, councilman, municipal judge, and Proposition B, which was held April 8, 2025. I, Melissa Cogdell, City Clerk of the City of Hannibal, Missouri, do hereby certify the following is complete and true of the certifications of elections held on April 8, 2025, as certified to me by the Marion County and Rawls County clerks. For municipal judge, a 2-year term to expire April of 2027, Donald McMaster Bastian received 1,580 votes, declaring Donald McMaster Bastian winner of the municipal judge seat for a 2-year term, an expired term to expire April of 2027. For mayor, for a 3-year term to expire April of 2028, Daryl McCoy received 1,000. Sorry, guys. I got the
1,060.
Sorry, I had the wrong paperwork. Daryl McCoy in Marion County received 1,112 votes. Rawls County 9 votes for a total of 1,121 votes. Charlie Phillips in Marion County received 696 votes. Rawls County 6 votes for a total of 702 votes, declaring Daryl McCoy winner of the mayor seat. For council members, second ward, for a 3-year term to expire of April of 2028, Tammy Riley received a total of 147 votes. Earl T. Hughes III received a total of 52 votes. And April Azatea received a total of 164 votes. With no candidate receiving a majority of the vote, a special runoff election will be held. For council member of the 4th Ward, Yulin Robbie Leaders Jr. received 87 votes. Certified write-in votes for the 4th Ward, Amy Powell received a total of 61 votes. Ryan Adcock received a total of 3 votes, declaring Yulin Robbie Leaders Jr. The winner of the 4th Ward Council seat. Proposition B. Chapter 9.3 of the Hannibal City Charter currently allows the City of Hannibal to use competitive bid statewide contracts to purchase equipment. Chapter 9.13, however, limits the City of Hannibal to use only the State of Missouri cooperative bidding procedures and does not allow the use of national competitive bidding procedures. In order to allow the City of Hannibal to also utilize national cooperative bidding procedures, shall Section 9.13 of the Hannibal City Charter be amended to read as follows. The purchase of equipment through State of Missouri or national cooperative bidding procedures. Marion County, yes votes, 1,115. Ross County, yes votes, 11, for a total of 1,526 yes votes. No votes in Marion County, 339. Ross County, 4, for a total of 343 no votes, showing a total vote of 1,869 for Proposition B for the City of Hannibal, 1,526 yes, 343 no, declaring Proposition B having passed by 1,183 votes. Also, in accordance with Section 17.08, the City of Hannibal shall have a special runoff election, which was held for the purpose of electing a 2nd Ward representative for a 3-year term to expire April of 2028. I, Melissa Cogdell, City Clerk of the City of Hannibal, Missouri, do hereby certify that the following is the complete and true of the certification of the special runoff election that was held April 22nd, 2025, as certified to me by the Marion County Clerk. For council member of the 2nd Ward, 3-year term to expire April 2028, Tammy Riley received 102 votes. April Azatea received 190 votes, declaring April Azatea winner of the 2nd Ward Council seat.
Thank you, Melissa. So before we swear everybody in, one last thing. I want to thank the citizens of Hannibal for allowing me to be mayor the last couple of years. It's been an honor and a privilege to serve this city. I take it very seriously that we need to move the city forward, and I'm leaving it in good hands. I think this council will continue moving this forward. Staying stagnant is not something we should look for. Always move in the direction that we need to. Again, I appreciate all the help, all the advice from current council, city manager, interim city manager, city attorney, city clerk. It's been very helpful. And these people will be very helpful to our new council and mayor also. So once again, I want to say thank you. Bottom of my heart, I love the city of Hannibal, and I'll do whatever I'm asked to. With that being said, let's get this on. I need your own voice. Robbie Leader. April S. and Don Baxter. this all at one time. If I swear him in first, then he's going to swear. All right. Raise your right hand. I state your name. Solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution and laws of the United States and the Charter and ordinances that I will faithfully discharge the duties that in the appointment, charge, of officer, I will be influenced by the consideration of such matters as reality. Congratulations to all of you. And then, as my last act, I've got some plaques that I'd like to present to retiring Colin Welch, former 5th Ward Councilman. Thank you very much. Thank you. Appreciate it. Mike Dawson. Mike has been on our council for 15 years. And I've worked together on many things. I know that sometimes we butt heads on things. As a team, 15 years. And I hope everybody appreciates it. Charlie Phillips. Diligently.
Mayor Lauderman, thank you for stepping in at a really tough time for the council and taking a chance. Tying it together and trying to straighten it out. Appreciate your
All right, I need a motion to adjourn. Signee die, please.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right. Adjourn for a few moments to allow the new mayor and council.
Appreciate it.
If anybody needs to use the restroom or if anybody wants to step out, we'll just take a minute or two before we start. There's also a sign-up sheet up here for public comments. If anybody didn't get a chance to sign up that would like to sign up, please feel free.
I'm sure we'll be working together soon.
At this portion right here. Okay, any accompanying documents, if you have questions, is back there. So if we're talking about something you want to know what we're talking about.
Congratulations. Yep, welcome.
Welcome aboard, I think.
It's not so bad.
Well, I'd rather be up here than on the other side.
A year ago, when I stepped up here, I was wondering, what in the world did I get into?
Oh, sorry.
So,
I was actually worried it was going to be hot. I'm like, I sweat through this, but I don't know. I thought it was in the right spot.
it's cooler in here than normal, so I'm enjoying it.
It's probably because I said to him, I was like, I will sweat to death.
Yeah.
But it's like
Kind of almost too rows
different up here.
Yeah, it does. Entirely different perspective.
Yeah.
Your hands are
I was just grabbing my water.
James, same here. Thanks for helping. I was when I needed you. Very, very appreciative. We'll see you around.
That's just for this one. This is your packet with your email, all your information, then of course you'll look and see.
Okay, sounds good. I'll see you at the link.
Your iPad.
Nice to meet you, Charlie.
Yep. I was watching.
Of course.
You're waiting in the wings.
Of course, there you go. No.
I still find interest in public service. So
Good. See where it takes you.
Then this is the training, just like in June. Yeah, training in June, and just look over it. Okay, is it good?
Sign up to speak. Did you sign up to speak?
I did not. Are you asked? 2 weeks ago.
Vote on that, that's just what I have, so you can see what I'm, yeah, I'm.
I would
Hearings on the 19th.
Oh, yeah. I've seen insurance things.
Last year.
Take my second desk right here because this one is broken.
Oh.
And they, since last council, apparently fixed it.
Hello.
I don't know. Welcome.
I think I've been to 2 council meetings now where you've been up here.
We shall see.
Walked in with suit
Because he's
tie.
usually not wearing a suit and tie.
My wife said the same thing. I was at my son's baseball game today, and I used to because I didn't recognize him. And we were playing. Oh, good.
You guys ready? Scott?
We got leisure tonight, so
What is all the difference?
All right, I'm going to go ahead and call the meeting back to order. We'll start with a roll call from the city clerk.
Councilman Haycraft,
Here.
Councilwoman Azatea,
Here.
Councilman Cohen,
Here.
Councilman Leaders,
Here.
Councilman Fleetwood,
Here.
Councilman Munger,
Here.
Mayor McCoy.
Here. There being a quorum, I call this meeting to order. First order of business I want to address is the public comments, and we did have one individual sign up, Mr. Michael Dobson. Podium here. You have 5 minutes.
Thank you. You want me to state my name?
I think we know who you are.
Okay. A little different to be on this side, but anyway, I wanted to ask a question of the council about how many of you, remember about the infrastructure sales tax. How many are familiar with that? I'm seeing shaking head no, and I figured that. 3 years ago, when I was campaigning for my 5th term, we had the infrastructure sales tax on the ballot. And one of the main things that we were telling the people then was, for infrastructure, one of the big things was the St. Elizabeth Hospital demolition project. Now, the city manager has been, good enough, and the council's been good enough that we've left those monies alone for the past 3 years, and there's about a year and a half or so plus left on that before the sales tax sunsets. So, it's up to the council to prove to the citizens if you want to ask for that sales tax to be, renewed, to prove that the council is going to do what we said we was going to do in the first place. So I know it's budget time, and things got delayed this year, and because there was a new council coming on, that basically the budget process got delayed, so the new council could do that. My point of being up here is to tell you that the last engineer's estimate was about $5.5 million to tear down the old hospital, and I know Councilman Cohen's real familiar with that. It's a stone throw from his house. I live in the 2nd ward, just the other side of Bird Street. I could almost hit it with a rock myself, so it affects the 2nd ward as well. And, it's been a city blight for, the past 15 years or so. So I know that, our city manager did a good job about, keeping the money back in reserves so that we could tackle a project like that. So my point of being up here tonight is to put it in the back of your all's mind going into the budgetary process that, I would ask that we keep that promise to the citizens of Hannibal, that we move forward with that project of demolition of that hospital. I know it was Mayor Louderman, it was one of his campaign, promises when he was going forward, and I think it's something that we owe to the citizens. It's been, a eyesore for too long. There's been all kinds of shenanigans going on in and out of there. The street department did a good job boarding it up, but there's people that find their way in, through all of that, and there's been a couple of fires in there. The elevators have been decommissioned, and there's been a couple of fires in there. It's a threat to our fire department itself, a threat to the police department if they have to go in, and it's just time for it to come down. So I would ask you all to give it your utmost consideration at budget time, and let's keep our promise to the citizens of Hannibal. So I thank you for your time, and good luck in the future.
Thank you, Mr. Robson. Okay, before we move on the agenda, I did want to address an issue that I believe is important moving forward, starting my term as mayor. Effective immediately, the mayor will no longer be voting in day-to-day activities of the city council. I've talked to city attorney and various other city councilmen about this decision, and it's important for me that the elected officials of your ward, the councilmen you see up here, really take ownership of that position and really don't need to be influenced by the mayor's office. The charter allows me to break a tie, which I will absolutely do. But moving forward, I just wanted to let everybody know that that's how we are going to proceed. Does anybody have any questions for me before we jump into the agenda?
Thank you for that.
You're welcome. Okay, first item on the agenda, Mr. Paul Ewart, Habitat for Humanity.
Thank you, Mayor, Councilman. Thank you for allowing me to come talk to you. The Habitat of Humanity, Park Twain Area Habitat for Humanity, and the city had a long relationship and a good working relationship. And we've appreciated the opportunity we've had to create families, a home for them for generational. We are getting ready to build our next house. You all are invited Friday at noon. We're going to break ground at the corner of 8th and Lion Street. And as we do that, we have already put in our building permit. And in the past, you all have been gracious enough to forgive that cost to Habitat for Humanity. And we would just request that again, you guys forgive that cost to us so that we can go ahead and create or build that next house for this next family. Questions?
It's a great organization. Appreciate all your hard work, and I'll make a motion to remove the cost for the Habitat community.
I'll second.
Thank you.
Okay, we have a motion, a second on the floor to approve the forgiving of the building permit fees. Is there any other discussion? All those in favor say aye.
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 Opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you guys very much.
Thank you all.
Thank you.
Next up on the agenda is Anna Lemon, Project Graduation 2025.
Hello, my name's Anna Lemon, and I am with the Committee for Project Graduation for the class of 2025 this year. Graduation is going to be held on April 22nd, and as tradition for Project Graduation since the early 80s, we have kept a safe environment for our graduates by holding Project Graduation. It's fundraising that's been done by the parents throughout the year, and we're able to secure Tanyard Gardens this year so that the kids can be outside. We have lots of games, and one of the activities we have is a DJ and karaoke. That will be from 11 to 2:30, and so we're asking for permission to extend the time as well as the noise ordinance level. So
Is James going to be the chaperone?
no. He does not participate in any of those activities.
Just throwing that out there.
That's my duties. So, and I will not be singing. So, karaoke. So we'll save everybody's ears on that one. Although I do think I sound good. But only I think I sound good. I don't anticipate the noise being excessive as like a concert, but it is going to be at a level of just that small area so they can hear. I don't know if you guys have any questions?
Have
Concerns?
the residents around, will they be affected? Have they been notified? Have they raised any alarm?
I have not done any of that to notify them. We still have time. May 22nd is the date of graduation, so if that is something that you would like for me to do, I have no problem doing that. But no, currently I have not, or nobody has contacted them.
I think, Councilman, the biggest probably people that it would affect would be the Mark Twain Hotel residents. And the way the JC stage is set up now, it points out towards the river. So it shouldn't be, I wouldn't think it'd be too big of a deal. But yeah, if you could definitely reach out to them and let them know. That'd be good.
And I did not get a response from our DJ on decimal level of what they have, but that was a question that I had.
And that's usually not something that they're necessarily hitting that peak.
Yeah, they're 18-year-olds, so I don't think they're going to party too hard. She's my fifth kid, so I already know, yeah. Fortunately for us, she's not the partier.
My first will be there, so I have to be for it.
It's true.
Does anybody have any other questions for Ms. Lemon?
I do think it would be good if it could be a notice go out that it's happening. So
Sure.
people around there, because it might affect parking, driving, some other things. It'd be good for people to know.
At that location specifically, or are there other locations that you would like for us to contact?
I just think you put a notice out, maybe in the paper or something like
Sure.
that it's happening, so people be aware.
I think I can contact the business owners that may have some people that are renting up above. I believe there's a building on the corner that may have an apartment up above, like by where the Arts Council is. The movie theater probably is not going to be affected, but then maybe a property manager for a Mark Twain housing.
What is it that the, like, 4th of July, do they have to contact anybody? Because I would say it would just be fair that you would just have to do whatever they have to do, nothing
That would
extra.
be a question for a different organization, not me. I can't answer that.
It's going to be in the same location though, correct?
Yeah, it is going to be in the location of Tanner Gardens. What they've done in the past, I have no idea, because we're just working off of our own organization.
But I just didn't know if anybody up here would know, or maybe Daryl would know.
I don't remember it being that late at night. So.
No,
That's why
they
I
usually
don't
aren't.
think it would be an issue at all.
Yeah, I think in the past, that the J.C.'s, I believe, have worked with like the Mark Twain Hotel. They utilize part of that parking lot anyway, so I think they give them advance notice. Any other questions? If not, I would look for a motion to approve.
I'll make the motion.
Second.
A motion, a second on the floor. Any other discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Thank you.
And motion carries.
Thanks.
Thank you, Ms. Lemon. Next on the agenda is Angie Wilcoxon, Hannibal Regional Foundation.
Good evening. I'm coming to you on behalf of Hannibal Regional Foundation, requesting road closures and no parking for Saturday, July 5th for the 30th annual Hannibal Cannibal. On your packet, I think you have the exact streets and times. It kind of varies. We try to open things back up as quickly as we can following the race. This year, we're planning on going back to our normal course now that the viaduct is complete. So.
You don't like running around the trains, huh?
No, and hopefully the floods won't affect us either, so.
Understood.
This is the same course it's been
Yes,
as the past few years, yeah.
yeah, for the other 28.
I'd make a motion pending insurance.
Second.
I have a motion, a second on the floor to approve pending proof of insurance. Any other discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That motion carries. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, next up on the agenda is, I'm going to screw this up, I'm sorry, Raquel Pimentel with the Historic Hannibal Marketing Council.
Hello, I am here to request road closure for Twain on Main, the annual Twain on Main. That'll be on May 24th and 25th. I think there was an error in the original agenda. I think it was pasted for July 5th, but starting at 3 p.m. on Friday so that the bollards can get put in time.
And sale of liquor on public property, right?
Excuse me?
And sale of liquor on public property,
Yes.
right?
Correct. And sale of liquor for Rotary and small batch winery.
Does anybody have any questions? This is pending insurance, correct, Melissa?
Yep. Yes. We will have that for you.
Mayor, actually, not just necessarily in regards to this, but every festival, I would like something put in place in regards to certain vendors not being in direct competition of the businesses they're blocking. I know that myself and many other businesses have had issues with this with certain events. So I don't know if that's something that could potentially be discussed.
Yeah, absolutely. What I would ask, I guess, is let's, if you're okay with this, let's try moving forward to just work that out amongst ourselves, the business owners downtown and the group that's putting on those events, the various groups, and hopefully that we can all work together to keep that from being an issue. However, if it does continue to be an issue, I have no problem bringing that back here and discussing that as a council, as a group, on how to.
And that's something we certainly don't want to interfere with our local businesses.
Correct.
Yeah.
And they could put it out, as they're talking to the various vendors and booths.
So I will say this is my second year going into this position, so a year and a half, but we specifically mapped all of the vendors to not compete. So even like Danny Nichols, we don't have any of the like clothing vendors in front of them. We only have 2 alcohol vendors, so we were very careful to place those only near the main stage, which will not be competing with any of the bars in town.
Thank you for being mindful of that. I know myself and other businesses appreciate that.
It's definitely something, like I said, when I came into this position, I just want Hannibal and the downtown to really thrive. And so anything I can do, like I said, when I met with the officers about like even the safety, that's a big concern for us as well. Like as far as like working together and making sure that we're all like doing things that benefit downtown. So that's definitely, and that's something that we're also willing to do for like inside the merchants. I'm willing to release the maps so that everyone can see what kind of vendors are outside of their placements as well. The main stage will be in that parking lot across from Clemens.
Burden
Brewery?
Center.
Right.
Burden
No,
Center, I believe. Is that right?
Yes. It is not. We were having the main stage where it's been last year as well.
Part of that also needs to make sure, and I think most of the time that happens, but there have been a few instances I've been aware of in the past where the sidewalk in front of the businesses gets blocked and people can't get into the business when they want to. So we need to make sure that the sidewalks remain.
So I know that every organization does it differently, but we actually in our map also did that. We did it last year, and we also have blocks for every business as well, so that there's a little pathway and a way for our downtown owners to still get business.
Okay, good.
So what is the policy in regards to the bar area and liquor and where they are allowed to take that?
We do not have those same restrictions as we did before. We don't have to map them off. Is that correct?
Ask that question again, I'm sorry.
As far as where they're allowed to buy and take the liquor?
Are they just staying inside like that area of that parking lot, or are they allowed to leave?
They can leave anything from 3rd Street down to the river and North Street over to Broadway is open container.
It's the same as the regular ordinance, correct?
Yeah, that's by ordinance. The terms of the liquor license that Rotary will be getting will be a festival license, so it'll be a...
It would cover that whole...
It'll
Yes.
cover the whole area because...
Same for small batch as well.
It's a festival.
Gotcha.
So,
Those are our only two liquors. So Small Batch Winery will also be getting their letter so that they can also register for festival as well.
That's quite an event. Expected 10,000? That's amazing.
We have a lot of people come through. I don't know if you guys, like last year, there was really bad weather and we had like half of our vendors kind of get like rained out, and we still had a ton of traffic, and multiple vendors say that they sold out of inventory completely. Love that problem. Hopefully they go to the merchants after they run out of the vendor.
I'd make a motion pending insurance.
Yep.
Second.
Okay, I have a motion and a second on the floor to approve the request from the HHMC pending proof of insurance. Any other discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
I appreciate you guys. Thank you.
Thank you.
Next up is me, I believe. Do you have, I have this, do you have that? I'm gonna read this. You have to forgive us for our, it's probably my fault, I'm sure. Oh, there it is. I have this proclamation, and I will go get it after the meeting, and I'll have it up here for display, but I want to read a memo proclaiming Missouri Local Government Week of 2025. Governor Mike Kehoe has proclaimed May 4th through the 10th, 2025, Missouri Local Government Week. The role of the local government is an important one that is in the forefront of making vital decisions that affect the lives of all Missourians and our local communities. Local governments are often the closest to the citizens and have the most direct daily impact on the residents. Local government consists of city councils, commissions, and boards that work to improve the quality of life for our residents, playing a vital role in providing essential services and programs to foster strong communities. And then I have a proclamation here that is signed by myself as the mayor on this date. And I am not going to read through all of it, but basically, May 4th through the 10th in the city of Hannibal will be Missouri Local Government Week. And again, I apologize for not having it, but I will go get it as soon as the meeting's over. If anybody would like to see it, and a copy will be available. Thank you. Okay, next on the agenda. Andy Dorian, interim city manager.
Good evening, Mayor, Council. We got an exciting project tonight. We have the Central Park Renovation Bid Award. We have been working on this project, the Parks Department and Park Board, for many, many years. As some people may not know, the current bandstand, which was built approximately 100 years ago, the foundation part of it has failed, and so it has been closed for several months now. So we are and have been planning complete renovation of the park. The park is our oldest park in Hannibal. It was built in the mid-late 1800s, and so we went out for bid. We had one bid from Black Construction. The total bid project is $925,000. $952,000. Sorry, I got my numbers wrong. Part of that is $465,000 for the bandstand, some other repairs, and then we have a $377,000 for all the sidewalks, curbs, concrete, and then $110,000 for all the electric pedestals, new electric service. Those electric pedestals are over 30 years old, and obviously a lot of people use them for events, and they are failing. So we recommend this. I will add the Park Board and the Parks Department have been saving money for this project for many, many years. This is obviously a large project. All this money comes from the park tax, not the general fund. And so if approved tonight, the project would start basically the week after July 4th and then wrap up in the fall, ready for next year's events. So.
Okay. That'll be resolution number 2549-25 to follow. Next.
And then next up, we have been working with the Department of Conservation on a subaward grant for Sedalis. So it is a $12,600 donation grant money for video surveillance. We already have it up. It's mobile cameras that we've been monitoring, and the Conservation Department and U.S. Fish and Wildlife have been monitoring for vandalism and other issues, and another $4,000 for an educational kiosk that's about done. So this would be a $16,600 grant award to the city to pay for those expenses.
Does anybody have any questions for Andy? All right, that'll be resolution number 2551-25 to follow. Anything else, Andy?
That is it.
All right, thank you. Next on the agenda, Melissa Cogdell, City Clerk, approval of fiscal year 25-26 budget schedule.
Yes, Mayor, I have a couple items for you tonight. The first is the approval of the fiscal year 25-26 budget schedule. The staff would like to propose the following schedule. Tuesday, May the 6th, we'll request approval to set the schedule. Wednesday, May the 7th, the budget will be sent to the mayor, council, and department heads. Wednesday, May 21st, 2025 at 5:30 p.m., we are requesting to set the budget workshop. Tuesday, June 3rd, we will hold the public hearing at 6:45 p.m. with your approval and have the first reading. And then on June 17th, that will be the final reading and approval of the 25-26 budget. We ask your approval of the schedule for the Committee of the Whole Council budget workshop on Wednesday, May 21st, 2025 at 5:30, and to set the public hearing for Tuesday, June the 3rd at 6:45 p.m. I can answer any questions.
Would that include the Board of Public Works budget as well?
Board of Public Works will be at the budget workshop with their budget, and they can answer any questions, and I sent that budget out to the council yesterday.
Perfect.
And just to reiterate on those dates, May 21st, here in City Council Chambers at 5:30, that is open to the public. Anyone is welcome to attend that, and I encourage anybody that has questions to do so. The meeting on June 3rd at 6:45 will be the public hearing. That'll be your opportunity as the public to come and ask the council, the clerk, the finance director, anybody involved in the budget, any questions you may have. And then again, on June 17th will be the final approval. Anyone have any other questions for Melissa regarding the budget schedule? If not, I would entertain a motion to approve.
So moved. Second.
A second on the floor. Any other discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Next.
As second item tonight, I'm going to try to get through this as fast as I can, but this has been the highly anticipated employee benefit and self-insurance update for the council. I know that you guys have been waiting patiently for this. I just want to say that I wanted to have all of the meetings with the employees and explain all of the changes and everything that's going to happen to them before I made any statement to the council or anything. I felt like the employees really need to hear the information because there is a lot of information to unpack here. So I'm going to read this as quickly as I can. I did put a copy of this in your packet because there's a lot of information, and I assume you guys will want to look at it a little closer. This is a non-action item. This is just an update that several of the council and the previous mayor had requested I bring as soon as possible. So the City of Hannibal has been a self-funded insurance plan for over 30 years. A self-funded plan is where an employer takes on all the costs of the benefits and claims risk. A TPA manages the payments, but the employer is responsible for all costs and assumes all the liability. The Employee Benefit Trust Board made the decision to enroll the City of Hannibal and the Board of Public Works into a fully funded plan. A fully funded plan is where the employer-sponsored plan in which an employer pays a premium to a carrier, and that carrier has a yearly fixed rate, and the carrier assumes all the claims and liability. The Employee Benefit Trust Board elected to purchase coverage through Missouri Consolidated Healthcare Program, which is the state of Missouri's healthcare coverage for government employees. By making this decision to move the claims and liability from the city and the Board of Public Works, an estimated savings of over $1 million per year could be seen. Due to the large claimant costs, local facility cost of services, and the high prescription costs, the fund continues to see a significant loss each year, and all reserves have been depleted, and additional funds have been needed from the city and the Board of Public Works reserves. The city and the Board of Public Works will be liable for all run-out claims, TPA costs, and stop-loss premiums, which will be estimated between $600,000 and $800,000. Once the run-out cost has been satisfied, the fund will be fully funded on all coverage with a fixed cost. Starting July 1st of 2025, the city and the Board of Public Works will switch to a calendar year of January the 1st through December 31st. The employees will see many changes with their benefits, including lower deductibles from $2,000 individual and $4,000 family to $1,250 individual and $2,500 family deductibles. In addition, the out-of-pocket maximum spending has been lowered. The employees will continue to have co-pays for primary care and mental health, specialty, and chiropractor visits. Virtual visits will be free with the use of the MCHCP app. The city and the Board of Public Works previously offered 2 tiers of coverage to our employees, individual and family. The newly fully funded plan will offer 4 tiers of coverage. Individual costs will decrease from $769.79 to $759.82. The family coverage will decrease for those covering only spouses from $731.30 to $547.07. With a total premium covered by the city of $1,306.89. The total premium paid by the Board of Public Works will be $1,580.43. For employees covering only children, the premiums will decrease from $730 to $265.94. With a total premium paid by the city of $1,025.76. The total premium paid by the Board of Public Works will be $1,158.73. For employees purchasing full family coverage, the premiums will increase from $731.30 to $813.01, with a total premium paid by the city of $1,572.83. The total premium paid by the Board of Public Works will be $1,979.33. The city will continue to pay 100% of the premiums for the employee at $759.82 and 50% of all family premiums. Any fire department employee hired prior to July 1st, 2011 will continue to have family coverage covered at 65% by the city. All Board of Public Works employees will continue to have 100% employee premiums paid and 75% of family premiums covered. All eligible retirees will return to the City of Hannibal and Board of Public Works insurance plan. The city and the Board of Public Works provides 3 years of 100% employer-funded health, prescription, and dental coverage to retirees. Fire department employees hired prior to July 1st, 2011 will receive 5 years of employer-funded coverage. Retirees may elect to continue with family coverage with 50% of the premiums covered by the employer. The fire department employees hired prior to July 1st, 2011, 65% of the coverage is funded by the employer. All Board of Public Works employees are eligible for 3 years of employee coverage, 100% employer funded, and family coverage at 75% funded by the employer. On July 1st, 2025, the employer paid premiums for all retirees will be $1,202.47. Family paid premiums will depend on the tier election by the employee. The employees will have prescription coverage through Express Scripts, dental coverage through Delta Dental, and vision coverage through MVA National Vision Coverage. All plans will be fully funded plans provided by Missouri Consolidated Healthcare Coverage, and with no increases to premiums this calendar year for our employees. The city will continue to provide 100% premium coverage of dental insurance for employees with family premiums covered by the employee. The Employee Benefit Trust Board also made the decision to enroll the City Board of Public Works employees into the Strive Employee Life and Family Program. This program offers many benefits to the employees, including an Employee Assistant Program Service, EAP program. The employees and dependents will now receive services at no cost to the employee for 10 visits per year, per person, per household, per issue. The service may be provided locally, in person, telephone chat, or video counseling. The city and the Board of Public Works' current EAP provided 4 visits per employee. The SELF program also offers various benefits with financial planning and health and wellness programs. The city and the Board of Public Works will continue to provide life insurance to the employees with 100% of the premiums paid by the city and the Board of Public Works. Civilians will continue to receive $20,000 in coverage. Police and fire employees will receive $50,000 in coverage. All benefit changes will begin July 1st, 2025. Information meetings were held for all employees between March 31st and May 9th. The board hasn't held a couple. The total preliminary budget for the 2025-26 for self-insurance revenue is $3.2 million. The total preliminary budget for self-insurance expenditures is $3.1 million. I'd be happy to answer any questions.
I think the media missed a couple parts, so you want to start that?
I know that's a lot of information, but everybody's been waiting for it, and there it is.
I have a couple quick things, then I'll let the councilman ask their questions. First off, if anybody does want a copy of this, I know that Melissa would be more than happy to provide that, either after the meeting or you can call her office and request it. It is a lot of information to take in. A couple of items of note, and Melissa, you can correct me if I'm wrong on this. Some of the things that you heard her talk about in there, there's some variances in like fire department benefits versus Board of Public Works or police and fire. A lot of those disparages or differences, I guess I should say, are due to contractual obligations through our various unions that we have. So just want to put that out there.
That is correct.
And then I also want to take a minute and say thank you, obviously, to Melissa and her staff and everybody that worked hard on the Employee Benefit Trust Board. I was able to attend a few of those meetings. Bev and Darren and his staff, the Board of Public Works, are really hammering this out. But most importantly, I want to thank Caitlin Greathouse for bringing this up. I know that she had kind of mentioned this before, and that goes back to what we've talked about. There's no bad ideas in the city. We were struggling on the insurance side of things. I mean, drowning. Somebody, a city employee, doesn't have to be a city employee, said, hey, what about this? And we looked into it. You're talking $1 million savings, just like that. So I encourage everybody in the stands that's watching on TV, be involved. If you have an idea, big, small, or indifferent, call your councilman, call City Hall, call me. Let's look at it. I mean, this is how we move the city forward. And I just, again, I want to applaud everybody for their hard work. And then I'll open the floor to questions anybody has for Melissa.
Melissa, how was it received by the city employees and everybody else? I would assume pretty good.
Yeah, I feel like the employees were pretty receptive. It's a lot of change. We have taken them on quite the roller coaster ride.
I'm sure.
The last 2 years. So I pretty much told every meeting in blood, I promise we will not do this again if you just ride this out with us. We were going fully funded. Andy's on the board, Darren's on. We were going fully funded. We had several options. We got quite a few quotes. We were interested in Murma. We had quotes from Anthem and a couple others. So we were going fully funded because we had no other choice, because we were on track to spend a good probably over $5 million this year, easily. The employees took it pretty well. It is a decrease to premiums, which is, I know, helpful. You know, none of us are going to sit up here and act like there wasn't a lot of drama around the fire department with the amount of the premiums, but we also have a street department, police employees, library employees, we all were paying the same rate for insurance, and it was hard, but it was still good, decent insurance. This just takes the liability off of the taxpayer, and off of the city budget, and puts it onto somebody else by giving us a fixed premium for each and every employee. That's exactly what this plan needed, and I think it's going to work out, like I said, great especially for the taxpayer, for the general revenue budget, and for the employees. It's a step in the right direction, offering them stability, offering them good coverage, and so I'm really happy with the decision. I think the employees were too. You always have that few that's not.
Of course.
The hard part is the retirees. We removed the retirees off of the plan. We are now going to have to, because of contractually with MCHCP, we have to bring them back on our plan, and so it was really the biggest disruption was to the retirees, but we're trying to work that out. We're trying to take care of them. We're trying to take as much pressure as we can off of them and onto ourselves. Candy sitting back there, and so hopefully we can get the retirees through it, and employees, and it'd be smooth selling from here on out.
Thank you.
So this was one of the many things that Melissa had to educate me on, like through my campaign, and Melissa has been wonderful about many things, along with all the other people in your office. And in case people don't know, it's National City Clerks Week this week, Melissa, so I know you wear many, many hats. I know that you wear many, many hats, and I'm sure underappreciated for all that you do, getting buried under sunshine law request and everything else, but this was huge, especially something that has been neglected for many, many years from all the research and everything that I found out. So this is huge, and thank you for all your work and everybody else involved. This is a tremendous thing that is going to help our budget.
This goes way beyond me.
And that's why I said anybody that is involved, it is greatly appreciated.
Just trying to fix it as quick as we could. So.
Absolutely.
Does anybody else have any questions for Melissa?
Not a question, just a statement that, just so everyone understands, this has been approved by the board and goes into effect July 1st.
It's well on its way. Contract signed, and
Yeah, so
it's all over but the crying.
just so everyone out there knows, though, that
Yep, we've held our meetings. Our open enrollment will be held at the board and the city on the 14th, 15th, and 16th, and then when you see the budget presented to you, it's going to be, why is that Andy smiling at me?
No, now I don't have to be grumpy at these meetings and yell and scream, so. I'm very grumpy at these meetings.
Yes, they're not fun.
Yeah.
Daryl went, I attended a couple of those, yeah. But it will be done, it goes into effect, and you will see the fixed cost for the revenue and expenditures on the budget, this fiscal budget, and that's the good.
And I'm glad you brought that up, Councilman Cohen. Just for the public's information, the Employee Benefit Trust Board meets, and I don't have it on my calendar. Melissa could probably
Third Wednesday of the month at 1:30.
here at City Hall. That board has representatives from the city, the Board of Public Works on it, and they are the ones that decide when we talk about benefits for Board of Public Works, police, fire. This council that sits up here does not make the decisions on insurance premiums, cost of benefits, and things like that. And I think in the past, there's been some confusion on some maybe misguided uneasiness, but really those meetings are open to the public as well. So if you're a city employee or a citizen, you have questions about the benefits, insurance, things like that, I would encourage you to attend those meetings. So thanks for bringing that up, Bob.
But as Andy said, they will be extremely boring from here on out.
They were fun though for last year.
They were fun for a while.
Okay, anybody else have anything for Melissa? All right, thank you. Next on the agenda, Ryan Nyson, Fire Chief.
Mayor, Council, I'm here tonight to ask for your approval to surplus a 2003 Ford F-350 with a snowplow. The truck has 94,000 miles. Approximately a decade ago, we got a truck from the Parks and Rec Department, and we use it to plow the snow at the fire stations and our 4 buildings. I've even used it to help out wherever we needed to on big storms. And we've also used it to fight brush fires. Our brush fire equipment was on that truck. Recently, HPD had a smaller snow plow and truck that we were able to acquire from them. We were taking our brush fire equipment, put it on a different truck within our department, so we no longer need this particular vehicle and plow. This is one less vehicle that between us and the police department we'll have to maintain and keep up, so it's downsizing our fleet, but still being able to do all the same tasks that we've done in the past. So we're asking to use Purple Wave Online Auction Company. We've used this company in the past. They come in, they take the pictures, they do all the marketing, they do an online auction, and then when the auction's over, it lasts about a month, and then they mail us a check. Any questions?
Does anybody have any questions for Chief Nyson? Not, I'd entertain a motion to approve.
So moved.
Second.
A motion is second on the floor. Any other discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thanks, Chief.
Thank you.
Next on the agenda, looks like we have Janice Magruder, City Collector, and you have a couple items for us tonight.
The first one is the special tax abatement. It does seem like a really big number, but it does go back to 1996 is the oldest one on here. So, and of that, you guys don't have this information, I apologize, I put that together today. But the current and past Marion County trustee, which is once, the way I understand it, once it goes to tax sale and you try to sell it at the courthouse, it goes into the trustee's name, and once it does that, then we no longer have a way to collect the special tax abate that we have put on the property, even if we have a lien on it. And that amount of the $365,000 is $191,531.39. And this of the list that I gave you, the city of Hannibal, the amount of that total is $146,782.99, and that means the city of Hannibal now owns those properties, and we're going to sell them, or we have them in our possession. And
Janice, you speak into the microphone.
yes, sorry. And $12,225.24 of that is properties that the city has already sold, and so we should have already had this taken off the property. And $14,913.14, there was no lien ever put on the property, and now that property owner at the time no longer owns the property, and it's a new owner. So that total amount of $365,000 $65,452.76. I'm asking if we can get it off our books and abate it, because I don't think there's any way legally we can actually collect it anyway.
Everybody turns
James,
their-
I was like, I think that James probably.
Everyone's looking at you.
Janice and I have discussed it. Yes, I agree with her conclusions. Once it goes to the county trustee, we lose our ability to collect that money. It's just sitting on the books for no good reason. Nobody wanted to let go of it, which is why it goes all the way back to 96, which I was in college then, so that certainly isn't.
That's
isn't
the
there.
oldest one. They're not all that old, but that is the oldest one.
But it's been something that's been on, kind of floating out there for years and years and years, and nobody's ever dealt with it. She's trying to clean up the books. So I agree with her. We can't collect those numbers from the county trustee.
Yeah, and I want to say I appreciate Janice working on this. This has been a tall task to get here. Like James said, no one really wanted to tackle this, and she did. And so this is a good thing to get this off the books.
So the city doesn't own these properties, correct?
Some of them
we do.
Are acquired. Actually, I don't think they paid $1. Like
So if the city sells some of those properties, we're going to recoup that money. But when it goes to the county,
sometimes, it depends. Like, we had the one with the old YMCA. We actually got that entire amount back. But a lot of times, to get it back on the tax rolls, we would sell it for less than what we actually got into it.
Yeah.
But it's a thing that you all as the council get to decide. Is it appropriate to get it back on the tax rolls? Maybe somebody will build on it. I know we've had a couple of success stories here locally. People have built on these lots and built some fairly high dollar houses downtown. We're getting those things back on the roads.
I just wasn't for sure if it went to the county, does the county, do they sell the properties?
It'll go, so the way it goes, so that if you you have a first offering, second offering, third offering. At the third offering, if nobody buys them, it'll go to the trustee and all the back liens and taxes go away. And so then anybody can buy them.
Well, I just didn't know if the city could recoup the money that way, if the county does or the trustee sells it, if the city is able to recoup that money, if that's.
If they sell it to somebody else, we're wiped out.
Okay, that's what I was wondering.
The other lien would be, Andy has kind of been following a policy of keeping an eye out for those things and acquiring some of the properties that we had liens on, et cetera, so that both, A, possibly we can recoup some of the money, but B, so we keep control of the property. We make sure somebody's not just getting it that's going to put it right back in the same place. We do some looking at who those people are and try to get them to sign an agreement with us where they agree they will maintain the property, they'll pay their taxes, et cetera, et cetera. Got what's called a clawback, where we can pull it back from them if they violate those covenants and restrictions.
So the city wouldn't be responsible for the maintenance or anything at that point in time, right?
Correct.
And the amounts vary significantly. So a small demo house might be $4,000 or $5,000, but you're getting a larger one with asbestos, you might be running $30,000. So you can't sell an empty lot for $30,000, but we might be able to sell an empty lot for $1,000 to $2,000. So.
Well, then if it goes to the trustee, that wouldn't fall back on the city responsible for having to tear down a house with asbestos or anything, would it?
Something that we're going to be discussing over the next brief amounts of time. So.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Make a motion that we approve this request for abatement of the uncollectible special taxes.
Second.
I have a motion and a second on the floor. Is there any other discussion? Okay, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you, Janice. Next up, request for abatement of uncollectible vehicle registration stickers.
So Marion County collects our vehicle stickers now. Rawls County does not. And so the city of Hannibal bills out the vehicle registration sticker fee every year. And there's several years that they haven't asked to abate those either. So from 2014 to 2020, I'm asking $6,375 be abated off the books because I'm going to still send out a statement and try to collect the last 3 or 4 years.
I'll make a motion to
One
remove.
thing real quick, Janice, Rawls County's now collecting those for some of the other municipalities.
I contacted her and Tara, and she told me she is not interested in collecting our sticker fee for us.
Collecting ferries. Remind me tomorrow. Send me an email so I can send her an email.
Okay.
Thank you. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, that's fine.
I made a motion.
Motion? Second. Second. Motion second on the floor. Any other discussion?
Yes, I was wondering why, maybe I missed it there, but why are on vehicle registration stickers, does that become uncollectible?
The Marion County, after 3 years, they stop trying to collect personal property taxes. That's just a kind of standard with the state. I think that most people, you can't go back 3 years on it. So after 3 years, they don't collect them.
So we're just lost. Or money is.
If I could, Councilman, 8-10 years ago, a council decided that they were tired of using stickers. And that was our biggest method of collection was we would write tickets if you didn't have a vehicle sticker. We would not let people use the recycle area if they didn't have stickers. But the council felt like it was more of a headache than it was worth. And so we locked, because it's technically not a sticker fee, it's a registration fee. Our ordinances provide that is it $5 for, Andy, do you remember? It's $5 for private vehicles and $10 for commercial vehicles. And it's a vehicle registration fee. When we started making the agreement with Marion County to collect our personal property taxes, they agreed to pick that up too. When we did that, the council decided they were sick and tired of the stickers. They got rid of the stickers. That's when we stopped doing it. The stickers were, quite frankly, one of our best methods of collecting, but council, and I'm not trying to get you all to go back to stickers. I'm just saying, without that tool, we lost the ability really to be able to get people to pay. Just if they don't pay, eventually the county writes it off.
Any other questions? Still have a motion and a second on the floor. If there's no other discussion, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. And I think your last thing, ma'am, is the 2024 tax collection update.
Yeah, I was just going to update on the collections from each county and the vehicle stickers. We are 96% collected. We have collected for real estate $2,244,021.14. The delinquency on real estate is $94,160.82. Personal property collections is $863,260.18 with a delinquency of $98,266.95 with a total collection of real estate and property of $3,107,281.32 and a delinquency of $192,427.77. That splits up into the general fund, the library fund, and the police and fire. And then the vehicle stickers, total collected for all of the years was $373,972.94, and the delinquent as of March 2025 was $19,020. That includes that $6,000 that you just abated, though.
Does anyone have any questions on the 2024 tax collection updates? Those numbers are available for anyone to review at your office, correct?
Yes.
Anybody in the public, any of the council that has questions, feel free to get a hold of Janice and she will give you an update. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you, Janice.
Next item on the agenda is Mr. Alex Grody, Hannibal Police Department.
Hello, everybody. Chief asked me to come up here today. Governor Kehoe recently announced that he was starting a Blue Shield program. He's been extremely pro-law enforcement and first responder for the entirety of his political career, as far as I know. In early March, he started this program, which is to recognize communities' commitment to enhance public safety and strengthen their support for law enforcement. And it's trying to build sustainable partnerships between them and their communities. Currently, to get certified, there's several things that you have to do to qualify to be for the certification, and one of which is to pass a resolution demonstrating a commitment to public safety and including to reduce violent crime within our jurisdiction. Obviously, that's what we're already doing anyway. This resolution is to put it down on paper. There's a June 1st deadline on it, and there's about 60 communities in the state so far out of all the law enforcement agencies out there that have been certified. We don't know yet what the grant requirements are going to be, but this is also attached to a $10 million account for police to look for equipment and training. So hopefully we can get the certification, and that might open some doors for us for future funding.
Good. Council have any questions for Alex? Okay, that'll be resolution number 2550-25 to follow. Thanks, sir.
Thank you. Thank you.
Next on the agenda, Mr. Eric Graham, IT Director for the City of Hannibal. And the person who was gracious enough to help me log into my email tonight.
Good evening. Tonight I'm coming for you to talk about cell phones for the city. Currently, we have around 32 cell phones that are provided to different employees throughout the city, including fire, police, departments in City Hall, tourism. When I took over as Director for IT for the whole city, one of my goals was to look at all the items within the city that were technologically involved and get a count of everything we had. While looking at cell phones, we discovered we had 3 or 4 different cell phone bills from 2 or 3 different cell phone providers coming into the city being paid by different departments, totaling around $22,141 a year for cell phones. Chief Naki talked to me about a month ago to change theirs from FirstNet to T-Mobile to provide a little cheaper, a little better coverage. So while talking to them, I asked them about moving all cell phones within the city to T-Mobile. And if we do that, we would save $7,395 a year on our cell phone bill. It'd put it all under one company, which would make things a lot easier to handle bill-wise coming out of all the departments. That will put all these cell phones under the IT department to control, maintain, help kind of piece them out and give them to all members of the city. So I'm coming for you to make sure that's okay to go ahead and move forward with changing over our cell phones.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Okay, I have a motion, a second on the floor, approving the request. Is there any other discussion?
Yes. I know from personal experience changing cell phone companies, sometimes it's a little out-of-pocket expense involved initially. Will there be any with this?
No, we will receive all 32 cell phones free of charge. That's part of their promotions. T-Mobile's promotion is we get free iPhones for all 32 iPhones.
Okay, good. Thank you.
Any other discussion?
I'll just add one thing. This is an active effort by department heads right now to try to not be siloed anymore and to work together to try to save money. We're actively working on not just this, but a lot of things right now to do this. So I think Eric's got a lot of things he's working on, not just the cell phone, but other things that it's going to save us time and money in the future too. So
Good job, Eric. Thank you.
Andy, thanks, Eric. I got a motion, a second on the floor. If there's no other discussion, all those in favor say aye.
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 Opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you.
Thanks, sir.
Eric, thank you for my record.
Okay, next up, resolution number 2549-25. I need a motion to have the clerk read this resolution and call the roll for adoption.
So moved.
Okay, I have a motion and a second. Any other discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Resolution 2549-25, a resolution authorizing the mayor to execute a contract and any and all documents between Bly Construction and the City of Hannibal for the amount of $952,000 as well as 24.2450 square feet for any additional stucco replacement and $19.50 a square foot for any masonry repointing for the renovations to Central Park. Councilman Haycraft.
Yes.
Councilwoman Azatea.
Yes.
Councilman Cohen.
Yes.
Councilman Leaders.
Yes.
Councilman Fleetwood.
Yes.
And Councilman Munger.
Yes.
Okay, I declare resolution number 2449-25 duly approved and adopted on this day. Next, we have resolution number 2550-25. I need a motion to have the clerk read this resolution and call the roll for adoption.
So moved.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any other discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Resolution number 2550-25. A resolution of the Council of Hannibal demonstrating the city's commitment to public safety, including a commitment to reduce violent crime within the city as part of the state's Blue Shield program. Councilman Haycraft?
Yes.
Councilwoman Azatea?
Yes.
Councilman Cohen?
Yes.
Councilman Leaders?
Yes.
Councilman Fleetwood?
Yes.
Councilman Munger?
Yes.
Okay, I declare resolution number 2550-25 duly approved and adopted on this day. Next item is resolution number 2551-25. I need a motion to have the clerk read this resolution and call the roll for adoption.
Moved.
Second.
Motion is second on the floor. Any other discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
Resolution 2551-25, a resolution authorizing the mayor to sign a $16,600 subaward agreement between the City of Hannibal and the Missouri Department of Conservation for the Sedalis Nature Preserve. Councilman Haycraft?
Yes.
Councilwoman Azatea?
Yes.
Councilman Cohen?
Yes.
Councilman Leaders?
Yes.
Councilman Fleetwood?
Yes.
And Councilman Munger?
Yes.
Now I declare resolution number 2551-25 duly and approved and adopted on this day. Okay. The last thing I have on my paperwork is closed session. I need a motion to go into closed session in accordance with RSMO 610-021, subparagraph 1, 2, and 12, admitting myself, the council, city manager, city attorney, city clerk, Darren Gordon from the Board of Public Works, Doug Healy, and Steve Stodden.
So moved.
Motion and a second. Any other discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Councilman Haycraft?
Yes.
Councilwoman Azatea?
Yes.
Councilman Cohen?
Yes.
Councilman Leaders?
Yes.
Councilman Fleetwood?
Yes.
Councilman Munger?
Yes.
Okay.